All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another round of coffee and questions. What's today's topic? Well, I have a new project out at the ranch, which is a ways from here where kids and families keep their horses and all this stuff. There's a golf cart out there. It's an EZGO, and it had been sitting for quite a while. And I went over and I asked somebody, hey, you know, what's going on with this EZGO? It's got like a little, I'll show you a picture in a sec, it's got like a little dump bed on there. They said, well, there was a time when they used it to put like hay, grain, feed, and they would run it around to the different, you know, stalls and stuff where they kept the horses and the animals, and that's how, you know, they basically fed them. But it quit running. It's been sitting there for years. Nobody's done anything with it. And I said, what do you want to do with it? And they said, well, if you want it, you can take it. And so I did. I brought it home, and I've done some work to it, but I have to admit I don't know a whole lot about golf carts and how they work and stuff. Been a little bit of a struggle. I don't even know what year it is. Let me show you a picture of it right now, and then we'll continue the conversation. Okay, so that's a picture of the EZGO. Like I said, I'm showing it to you with the bed. It's hydraulic. It works. It's got a switch in the front, and you know, it'll dump and then it comes back down. So that works fine, and I've got a good new battery in it, and I changed the fuel line hoses and the fuel filter on it so far. And you can see from looking at the picture, I've used some Rust-Oleum gloss black, and I redid the metal dump bed on there. I sanded it with 320 and 400. It wasn't in bad shape at all. And I fixed the tailgate on it. You'll see where I put lynch pins on there, and I did some welding on the brackets, and I got the tailgate working good again. Then there was the issue of the tires. Okay, so I took the tires down. I had valve stems put on them at the gas station, and they're all holding air, and the tires are in still real good shape. And so now I've started to sand the fiberglass part of it. I've sanded it with 220. I'm going to sand 320, 400, and then I bought some metallic kind of green, which is what the kids and everybody picked out, that they wanted the color of the golf cart, and I'll paint that eventually. But I'm still working on some of the mechanical part of it. So maybe some of you out there that know more about, you know, these golf carts than I do, you can drop some comments below. I know that there is like a round part on the differential to check the differential fluid. I saw where the dipstick is. I found where the air filter is, and I'm going to order another new air filter for it. I also have ordered new belts for it. It's a 2-cylinder engine because I replaced both spark plugs. And I mean, so I've done some stuff to it, and it will start. Doesn't stay running real strong. I've got to figure out and troubleshoot that. So, you know, any comments or any help, somebody out there maybe that's following along, I'm going to call this part 1, you know, of the restoration of this, and get it working and running again for the kids out there to use. What I like about it is you don't have a ton of batteries in there. I like the fact that it's, you know, gas engine. So, you know, it should last a long time, I'm hoping. I mean, it's got the Hobbs meter on it. I showed you a picture of that in the video, and I'll keep these pictures like as a reference as I go through this. For right now, I'm just, you know, I'm playing around with it. It was a fun kind of a project so far because I got it for free. I probably have put, give or take, maybe $100 into it, maybe less so far. So I'm trying to, of course, keep the cost down, do all the work myself from watching other videos on YouTube, and also from other people from out at the club that I belong to that have made suggestions, you know, on what to do. Like I took the bed liner out of it. I went ahead, luckily this isn't one of these that have been rusted out or badly abused. It's been in real good shape. It came from an actual country club to a homeowner who used it when he was at the NASCAR races a couple of times, and then he quit using it. He gave it to the ranch used it, and then it kind of quit running. And nobody wanted to put a nickel into it, so they let it sit for a couple of years, and then, like I said, they gave it to me. So that's where I'm at. It sounds like a fun project. I'll get into it more. I'm going to show you a couple more slides, and I'll make a couple of more comments on this of areas that I'm having a little bit of trouble with that you might be able to help me with. You can leave it in the comment below, and or follow along if you're interested in what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. As far as the sanding of everything, I was lucky there wasn't anything real bad on there. Now I did use Rust-Oleum, what do I have here? It's filler primer. This stuff works pretty good for anything that's like light superficial kind of thing after you're sanding. It fills it in, and then I sand it again, and I sprayed it again, and I filled it, and I sanded it probably about 3 times. I didn't use hardly any of this so far, and it's actually leveling out any blemishes that I had. It's not going to be a Concord restoration or a frame up restoration. I'm just getting it to where it looks good again and it functions well. But this Rust-Oleum filler primer, it does spray out rather thin, so you might have to use multiple coats depending on what kind of a blemish you're trying to smooth over. But this stuff worked good. What else did I use? I used the Duplicolor. I made another video on this, vinyl and fabric, and I redid all of the plastic, the dashboard and everything else. I cleaned it real well with soap and water. I wiped it all down with alcohol. I let it dry. I sprayed one light coat on there, and I came back over it a second time. I didn't have to, but it looks good just with the 2 coats. So this is a good product also. I'll leave it in the links below if you're interested in any of this stuff. Then of course I use Rust-Oleum Gloss Black, and I use the gloss for the dump bed. And then I used flat black for around the differential or the leaf springs, just to kind of make it look kind of pretty. And now the other thing that I used is the flooring on there was damaged, and you're going to see in the past video where I used the Herculiner spray. This stuff works real good. Again, the link's below. Now, when I did the trailer restoration projects, I would buy Herculiner by the gallon and put it on by hand, and that's my preferred way of doing things. But the golf cart was such a small project, I didn't want to buy a whole gallon of Herculiner, so I bought 2 cans of the Herculiner spray. Again, I got those off Amazon, but the auto supply store probably has them. So those are the things that I've done so far, and it's turned out really well. I don't necessarily need to buy another floor mat, for the floorboard in the golf cart, because I use a Herculiner and they can just hose it out. Whereas before, with the mat on there, they would hose it out. The water would stick between the mat and that sheet metal, and I started to get a lot of surface rust in a couple of areas that actually rusted through. So I repaired those areas and then covered them with the Herculiner. But like I said, I didn't want to buy a gallon of it. I didn't want to buy the mat. This way, if it scuffs or scratches through, I can very easily repair it with a Herculiner. Okay, folks, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up part 1. I'm going to show you, again, a couple of the photographs, and then you can leave a comment below. Hopefully somebody follows along that knows more about this than me and can, kind of help me out with the rest of it. Again, I'm the Home Handyman. I hope you click subscribe. I hope you keep following me. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.